Here we go.
Call me if you need anything, okay? This was the lie my mother told me as she dropped me off at my first sleepover party in 4th grade. And you could technically argue that she didn't say she'd answer should I call her, so it wasn't technically a lie. But this was one of many times that I was forced to learn the lesson of perseverance. So back to 8-year-old me as I'm walking into this sleepover party on a chilly November night. The night starts out like you'd expect a birthday party. We have pizza, we get these cookies, and we decorate them with like these little squirt cans of icing. And then we start watching a movie. The movie ends, and it's much past my bedtime, and I'm so tired, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to roll my sleeping bag out. This is exciting. But I noticed that a group of girls were starting to chat about the girl who had fallen asleep during the movie. So they go into the kitchen and grab a squirt can of icing and start drawing all over her face. By this time, I'm extremely disturbed because I'm like, oh, this is bullying. But also, I really want to go to sleep, and I know I can't because I don't want to be drawn on like that. But my mind goes back to what my mom told me. Call me if you need anything, okay? So I go up to the birthday girl's mom, and I say, can I use your phone? So I call my mom, ring, ring, no answer. So I call her again, and by this time, I'm spiraling, I'm crying, ring, ring, no answer. In this situation, I was forced to learn perseverance. So as I cried myself to sleep in a spare room in the house, I grew as a person. My mom's a saint, by the way, and she felt really bad the next morning when she figured out she hadn't answered her crying daughter. But by the end of the party, I had learned how to crochet, and I had a nice breakfast. It was a really successful birthday party. And I grew as a person and learned the value of perseverance. Now fast forward 10 years to 18-year-old me as I'm ready to begin my freshman year at Pepperdine. Move-in day has gone very smoothly. I put all my really cute pictures on the wall and gotten everything perfect. Then me and my roommate go down to the NSO pep rally, we get all that finished, and we go back to our dorm ready to spend our first night in the dorm room. So, as I'm looking out to the hallway, I realize that water has started to seep out of the bathroom. I walk over there and see that the entire bathroom floor is covered in water. And so we're like, oh, we learned this. Here's DPS's number, emergency. And so we call DPS and the RA, and they say they're coming. And so I look back into the hallway, and the water's just growing and growing. But at this time, we can still jump over the puddle into the common area. So we grab our phones and jump over, and then we realize that the water's coming towards our fridge and microwave, which we have moved into the common area to create more room for like our cute stuff. So we pick it up, and we set it on the couch. And then we just realize it's growing and growing. So DPS arrives, and they realize the situation is far more dire than they thought it was. So they get more people and bring up a lot of fans, and they say, just go wait outside on the DTR bench and just sit and wait for it to be open. So all of a sudden, a woman comes up to us, and it is the head of Housing and Residence Life. And she says, okay, girls, this is going to take about 2 hours. If you want to call your parents and stay at the hotel with them so you can get a good sleep, go do that. Ring, ring, no answer. By this time in life, I'm really used to this. I know my mom goes to bed early and she's not going to answer. So I was like, okay, we'll handle this situation by ourselves. So we sit on the DTR bench and wait as people come in and out of the dorm. And then 2 hours pass, and they say, you can go back up. So we go back up. The floor is damp, but everything's clean. So then we go, we take showers, we wash our faces. I am ready for bed. I realize I haven't shut the door. So I get up to shut the door, and lo and behold, there's more water. So we look in, and the room is starting to flood again. So we call the RA, and the RA says, it's been a long day. You guys just go to bed. The water's not actually coming into your room. Just go to bed. So we go to bed. We wake up the next morning. Everything's fine, and we go start heading to Convo. So we walk all the way down the stairs to Firestone Fieldhouse, and we get a phone call. Girls, we need you to come back to Darnell. So we go back to Darnell, and there's tons of RAs and SLAs and moving trucks. And they tell us, you guys are moving to the law school apartments. And we're like, sweet. And they say this will be for about a week. So we pack everything up. All my cute stuff, we have to take everything, everything off the walls, unpack everything. We move it to the dry room, which is one room in our suite that hadn't been affected by it because they have to replace all the carpet and drywall. And so we pack everything and go to Georgia Page. And I'm telling this story with a smile on my face. This was actually a very trying time. It was a moment of perseverance. It felt like we were isolated and everybody was making friends, and we were hiking all the way up to Georgia Page and having to catch shuttles and stuff, which really wasn't fun. But I learned that circumstances can't affect my joy and my attitude towards life. So we learned how to see the good in the situation. I became super close to my suite mates because it was all 8 of us stuck up in isolation. And I grew super close to my RAs and SLA because they went out of their way to make us feel like we belonged and make us feel special even through the experience. So, when thinking of that story, even though the circumstances were not ideal, and I would never have chosen to be moved for what became 2 weeks up to Georgia Page Law School apartments, I learned that despite circumstances, I could see the good in everything around me. And I think that that theme is best wrapped up in a quote by James Allen. Circumstances don't make the man, they reveal him. Thank you.